Hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm Mandi, author of 10 young adult novels so far, and welcome to the second vlog of the rewriting shenanigans, specifically for Lucy's Legend. Where to begin? We have the Save the Cat outline for this rewrite situation for my main characters. I have an idea, kind of roughly, of how to take the small person who is being told the story in the original story, how to take her and make her more than just a plot device and a way to tell the story, but like actually give her some meaning. That needs to be fleshed out, but I have an idea-ish, kind of. And then obviously I have all my old materials, so I have my books, all the Robin Hood books, and I have my story bible, which has my character profiles, my outlines, my research, my everything. Also has this fantastic timeline, which is basically a calendar that spans roughly 100 years, maybe 150 years, and it has everything that happens in the original 5 books, plus the other 2 books, Return to Sherwood and Return to Grace. Has everything that happens in all of the books laid out in chronological order so I can see what's happening, when it's happening, everything. So, I'm good on plot. I know exactly what's happening plot-wise, so what I'm going to be doing is adding more of an emotional arc, because I don't feel like I necessarily had that in the original, and then also I'm going to be doing a lot of going through the anatomy of prose by Sacha Black and sprucing up my prose, because I think that is the biggest area that will need help with the early books. It's just that my writing wasn't great, so I'm gonna fix it. And then in terms of the storytelling, I don't think there's a lot with Lucy's Legend specifically that will need a lot of help. When I get to the 3 books in the middle of the Robin Hood series, Always in Shadow, Dusty, and The Tragedy of the Traitor, which may or may not be called that when they get republished, yeah, when I get to those 3 books, I feel there will be a lot more rewriting, a lot more changing things, or just blatantly cutting things out. But with Lucy's Legend, I think it's just going to be, like, polishing it, and then sprinkling some more emotional arc on top. I will be interested to see how much bigger it gets, because the original Lucy's Legend is this tiny little novella situation, and when I added it on Goodreads years ago, so that people could, you know, add it to their Goodreads. I can't put this back up. Yeah, when I added it on Goodreads originally, the helpful Goodreads people changed it from being book 1 in the series to being 0.5, and I was like, hello, it's the first book in the series, and the helpful dude who responded to me was like, we typically do novellas as short stories, you know, and not like books in a series. And I was like, I don't care what you typically do, it is book 1 in the series. Deal with it. But they did not deal with it, and it, I think to this day, remains as like 0.5 instead of book 1, because they just won't admit that it's book 1 in the series. Anyway, I'm curious to see how much it grows with all the rewriting, and if it becomes an actual book according to Goodreads. There is snow outside. I've lit an actual fire in lieu of a candle. I have some chocolate tea, and we are going to see how much we can get done in terms of rewriting Lucy's Legend. Last night, off camera, I started writing and made it through the prologue. The original prologue was just a whole lot of telling. Very little happens. It's not really a scene. I think it was supposed to be a scene, but it's basically just a lot of info dumping, and very confusing info dumping as well. Some of the sentences were just unnecessary. Like, some of the family tree is confusing. Oh, before I get into this, I should say spoilers for Lucy's Legend, for probably the rest of the OG Robin Hood series, maybe for Return to Sherwood, Return to Grace as well. I don't know what I'll be discussing, but it's hard to vlog rewriting the series without talking about the series, so probably spoilers. Last vlog I spoiled the biggest spoiler of the entire series, so there's that. I'm gonna try not to. I will give, if I do spoil something, I will give timestamps to be like, skip to here if you don't want to know. But yeah, I'll try not to spoil things so that people who don't know the story, haven't read the original versions, can watch these vlogs and not be like, well dang, now I don't need to read the book. But anyway, you've been warned, that's the point. Back when I was 17, I was incredibly sentimental. I'm still sentimental, but not necessarily quite in the same way. Also, back when I was 17, I had one life goal, which was to be a wife and mom. Not my life goal any longer, but at 17, it was. So, my version of happily ever after at 17 was being married and having a family. Obviously. So at the end of Lucy's Legend, all the surviving characters, you know, get married and have children. Which I'm not changing, okay? I'm not going to change the details of the original version when I rewrite and republish them. I'm keeping the details the same. What I am going to do is just polish the way that I'm telling the story. So, the family tree has to stay the way that it is. Everyone gets married and has kids, right? Well, also, in that first book, I made a family tree that discussed the kids of the original Robin Hood gang and the grandkids of the original Robin Hood gang, because I was trying to get down to Mary Lou, who's the girl who is being told the story at the beginning of Lucy's Legend. And what ended up happening was that the kids of the gang married each other, and then the grandkids of the gang who hadn't yet intermingled married each other. So basically, there's a line of the gang at the top, and then it gets closer and closer and closer together as I run out of options for people to marry without getting, like, inappropriate. So, yeah. That's what the family tree looks like, and I'm not changing the details of what I wrote at 17. So it's staying that way, but it gets worse. They all named their children after each other. So, I have 3 Marians, because I have the Marian, and then I have Robin Hood's daughter, Marian, and then I have Robin Hood's grandson's wife named Marian, and then her daughter is Mary Lou, who's supposed to be a merging of Marian and Lucy, and I have 2 Lucys, the original Lucy, who's my main character, and then a little girl named Lucy, who's actually the son of Lucy's, like, ex. Like, not really ex, because they were never together, but he loved her, and then named his daughter after her, which is really creepy to me, but 17-year-old me thought it was a great idea. So anyway, there's a lot of similar names, and then also the gang just married each other. So, in that original prologue, I explained all of that, but like in really confusing terms. Let me read some of the sentences. Let you hear this for yourself. For the final time, because it's going to be unpublished and this version will no longer be available. Get excited, folks. Maybe. My computer is no longer responding. That's a problem. Hello. Okay, so the first confusing sentence. Mary Lou was the link that brought 2 families even closer together, though one would hardly believe it possible for them to be any closer than they already were. I cut that sentence altogether. I don't love it. It's gone. Let's see. Marian smiled to herself. Her daughter probably had the strangest, most unique name in all of England. I've cut all of this, you guys. But it seemed fitting that when the 2 families were finally united, the child of that union should be named after 2 of England's greatest women. Marian's mother was Lucy, named after Aunt Lucy. Marian's husband was Robin, the grandson of the great Robin Hood. Robin's mother was Marian, the daughter of Robin Hood, named after Robin Hood's wife, just as Marian herself was named after that great lady. 2 Lucys, 3 Marians, and 1 Mary Lou, a mixture of both Lucy and Mary Lou, all in the same family. That entire paragraph was cut. First of all of the Marians and Lucys don't play into the story, so the reader does not need to know about them. And second, I can't believe that I named all of the children, all of the female children in this family tree, Marian and Lucy. Now, that's basically the most confusing bits. It was a lot, okay? It was just a lot, and I was cutting most of it, and I was like, what is happening here? And then I was trying to take the bits of dialogue that are in the midst of all of the, like, info dumping and confusing sentences thing. Trying to take the bits of dialogue and, like, add descriptors of like the setting, the people who are talking, and like the emotion behind why it matters what Aunt Lucy is saying, and like, I really tried to fix it, you guys. We'll see how well this goes over in August when I publish the new Lucy's Legend. Look at the fire. It's finally a fire. It took me forever. Longer than it should have. Yes, I am a Girl Scout. Don't judge me. Okay. I think we are situated. Oh, I didn't bring Robin Hood. We're not situated at all. Not even close. Robin Hood. Chapter 1. The trouble begins. This is rough, you guys. This is rough. So yesterday I outlined and then, did this sticker because I thought I was done. But then I was loving it so much that I kept working. And I did the prologue, which was basically a chapter. So then I added the sticker up on top. And then today, I did not make it through all of chapter 1 because it just kept going on for ages and ages. And also because I'm adding so many things. Guys, at the exact same point in the story, original version, new version. The original version, we have hit 1,800 words. Like, that's as far as we've gone in the story. 1,800 words. In the new updated version, where I am polishing things and adding things, we are at 3,800 words. We have 3 times as much content, and we are in chapter 1. But anyway, the point is, I didn't finish the chapter, so instead of using the chapters edited, which I did over there, I did pages edited. And with the 3 different stickers, even though these 2 are of the same sort of, like, design, I guess. But anyway, it's chapters versus pages, and then this other, like, completely random sticker. It just looks chaotic and hilarious, and it cracks me up every time I look at it. By the way, this is Mandi Lynn's book launch planner, which I used for Return to Sherwood, I believe, or Return to Grace. One of those. Yeah, I love it. There's a lot of great stuff in here. I have a vlog of that whole experience. Also, I should note that these stickers, and so many others that I use, are Mandi Lynn stickers over at Stoneridge Stickers. I have an affiliate link, which should be linked below. You can get discount on all the wonderful stickers. Also, she's my cover designer, and she's amazing. So I've switched over to working on rewriting all of my old books that I published under Amanda versus Mandi, because I want to bring them under to Mandi. So yes, I've put the fantasy series on pause with the 3 first drafts of the first books, and I'll come back to revise and edit them after I finish this whole year of rewriting my old stuff. The first thing I have to say is that I love my writing group, and the second thing I have to say is that I don't know if you could tell or not in the last clip, but that is blood, okay? Because being a nanny is hard. I think the most interesting thing I've discovered about myself in this whole rewriting situation, I'm about 20% of the way through the original novel, and I'm still, the new one is still twice as large, or a little bit more than that. And what I've discovered is that 17-year-old Mandi likes to summarize things. Everything is narrative summary, with some dialogue thrown in. Not a whole lot of actual scenes. There's a lot of dialogue in blank space, and then there's a lot of narrative summary, as in like, and then this happened, and then this happened, and now it's a year later. So, I've been taking not every sentence, but a lot of the sentences that are like, and then this happened, and then actually writing a scene instead of just recapping everything throughout the novel. And then on the white space dialogue conversations, I've been trying to add a bit of setting and surroundings and like where are they and what time of day it is and like if there's anything interesting happening around them as they have these conversations. So I think that's the biggest reason why the story is so much bigger now. I have also added 3 Lucy scenes, I think, at this point that weren't in the original. But those aside, I think the biggest reason that it's growing so much larger is because I'm not recapping everything. I'm actually making scenes. And then I'm taking the bare bones dialogue and making it into scenes. Well, I'm gonna move to the next chapter in this whole rewriting situation and see what happens, I guess. I don't know. We are on chapter 5 and 17,000 words into the story. And in the same spot, plot-wise, in the original, it's 9,000 words. Goodness. I knew it was going to be bigger in some fashion, because I knew that I was going to be adding details. I didn't realize I'd be adding as many details. Yeah. And honestly, like, I've only added 3 new, like, completely new scenes in terms of Lucy. I have expanded many sentences and narrative summary into more of scenes, which I guess counts as adding scenes, but like those plot points were in the original. I didn't add something completely off the wall, I just expanded upon it. But apparently I'm doing a lot of expanding upon things. We are going to stop vlog number 2 right there because I edited the clips together last night and I have almost 20 minutes worth of footage already, and I'm only a third of the way through the original Lucy's Legend in terms of rewrites. So, if I keep going at this pace, vlogging-wise, by the time I finish the book, it will be an hour-long vlog. And nobody wants that. So, we're stopping here at the roughly 20-minute mark. And we'll pick up again in vlog number 3. I'm curious now how many vlogs will be made during this rewrite 8 books in a year adventure that I am on. I think many. There will be a lot. If you want to stay up to date with that crazy journey that we are going on, be sure to subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, you'll never miss an upload, you get to see all of my chaos. Hopefully I will see you for vlog number 3. And hopefully I get most of the way done in that vlog, because that would be nice. I need a table. Like right here.